Hi, I'm Reverend Dianne. I'm so glad you found your way here. Whether you're exploring Unitarian Universalism for the first time or looking for a new spiritual community, I'd love to tell you a bit about myself and our congregation, the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Norwich, or UUCN. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, the youngest of 4 children, and our street had a church at the end of the block. My most enduring memories of that church include the groundskeeper, an older gentleman who drove a black Cadillac with pointed fins at the rear. We kids called him Batman, and he was a stern presence who kept us off the church's beautiful green lawn. The other memory was that of an older woman who shushed my nephew and I during the musical part of the service and told us we were making too much noise. We never went back. My parents were not churchgoers, but they did believe strongly in education. Books were important in my house, and I read anything and everything I could get my hands on. My oldest brother encouraged me to become a born-again Christian when I turned 13, and when I started high school, my first serious boyfriend was a member of a fire-baptized holiness church. Many years later, after graduation and starting families, we both experienced divorce and reunited at our 10-year high school reunion. We relocated to Connecticut after marriage. He was active duty in the Navy and attended services there until too much do as I say, not as I do led us to leave the local church we'd been attending. A much respected elder in the community introduced us to Unitarian Universalism by inviting us to services at UUCN. They were so warm and accepting, non-judgmental and welcoming that we began attending regularly. I heard diverse voices, including female preachers, thought-provoking subjects, and experienced love and acceptance for me and my entire family, no matter our backgrounds. I also loved that congregation members could create and lead services based on their personal journeys, education, and experiences. I was introduced to a set of 7 principles that members use to guide their lives and their living. I was introduced to community care and concern through their community meal, where we threw open the church doors and prepared a meal for anyone who walked in. I was also able to include my children in church activities, helping them understand the faith and its principles, showing them examples from different people, and hearing diverse voices from the pulpit. I absolutely love that our services draw on science and scripture, nature and philosophy, personal experience and ancient tradition. The banners in the windows of our worship and gathering space say it well. Come as you are, be who you are. I began my journey into ministry in this welcoming and accepting congregation, which included ordained clergy and congregation members as worship creators and leaders. I decided to extend and deepen that connection by attending seminary. Throughout my time in seminary, the congregation supported and encouraged me as I learned to be a minister and spiritual leader. When my studies were completed and I had gained experience, they ordained me in the fall of 2023. I feel very fortunate to serve my home congregation now as its minister, the place where my journey to spiritual peace and leadership started, and where I continue to serve and create, to support and learn, and where I am affirmed as a person in all of my perfectly imperfect self. If any of this speaks to you, I hope you'll visit UUCN. You can find more about visiting and getting involved on our first-time visitor page. Thank you for taking a few minutes to connect with us in this way. When we meet, let me know you watched this video. I look forward to meeting you and learning more about your story. Have a fantastic day.